Imagine being so rich that when you traveled, entire cities changed. So rich that people whispered your name across deserts. So rich that hundreds of years later, the world still struggles to understand just how much wealth you truly had. This is a story of power, faith, and one journey that changed history forever. This is the story of Mansa Musa, the richest man who ever lived. Deep in West Africa, the Mali Empire stretched across vast lands, crossing deserts, rivers, and busy trade routes. What truly made Mali powerful was hidden beneath the earth. Gold. Endless gold. At a time when kingdoms across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East desperately wanted gold, Mali possessed some of the largest gold reserves in the world. Merchants crossed dangerous deserts for it. Kings fought wars over it. And soon, one man would control much of it. His name was Mansa Musa. Around the year 1312, Musa became emperor of Mali. And history would never be the same again. Musa was not just rich. He was intelligent, patient, and deeply strategic. He understood something powerful. Trade meant wealth. Gold traveled through Mali. Salt traveled through Mali. Ivory passed through Mali. And taxes from trade poured into his kingdom every single day. Cities became wealthier. And soon, Musa controlled riches so massive that people far beyond Africa began hearing unbelievable rumors. They said there was a king in Africa whose wealth could not be measured. Many thought the stories were exaggerated. Until Mansa Musa made a journey the world would never forget. In the year 1324, Mansa Musa prepared for a pilgrimage to Mecca, known as the Hajj. But no one expected what happened next. Because Musa did not travel like an ordinary pilgrim. He traveled like a king from another world. Across the burning Sahara Desert came a caravan so massive that people could hardly believe their eyes. Thousands of soldiers marched beneath the blazing sun. Camels stretched across the desert carrying food, treasures, and supplies. Some historical accounts say there were around 60,000 people in the caravan. And the camels carried gold. Large amounts of gold. More wealth than most people could imagine. Everywhere Musa went, he gave away gold. To the poor. To travelers. To strangers. To local rulers. His generosity became legendary. But soon, his wealth would create an unexpected problem. When Mansa Musa arrived in Cairo, Egypt, the city had never seen anything like him. Gold flowed into the markets. He spent lavishly and handed out money freely. But something strange soon happened. There was too much gold. So much gold entered the economy that its value began to fall. Prices changed. Inflation spread. Some historians believe the effects lasted for years. Imagine being so rich that simply by spending money, you accidentally changed the economy of an entire city. That was the scale of Musa's power. European mapmakers even drew him on maps holding a giant piece of gold. The richest ruler anyone had ever heard of. But Musa wanted something greater than riches. He wanted legacy. When he returned home, Musa began building. Not just palaces, but knowledge. One city became the center of his dream. Timbuktu. Under Musa's leadership, Timbuktu grew into one of the most respected centers of learning in the world. Mosques rose proudly into the sky. Libraries filled with books and manuscripts. Students traveled from distant lands to study mathematics, astronomy, law, and science. This is something many people today never hear about. Africa was not only kingdoms and warriors. It was scholarship, education, and innovation. Mansa Musa helped make that possible. After Mansa Musa died around 1337, Mali slowly weakened. But one thing survived: the legend. Even today, historians argue about how wealthy Mansa Musa truly was. Some estimate hundreds of billions of dollars in modern value. Because Musa's wealth came from controlling resources the world desperately needed. Mansa Musa was not just rich. He was unimaginably rich. A king so wealthy that history itself still struggles to explain him. A man who crossed deserts with mountains of gold. A king who changed economies, built cities of knowledge, and became a legend the world would never forget. This was Mansa Musa, the richest man who ever lived. If you want to know which African ruler we are covering next, drop a comment below. There are so many untold stories still waiting to be told.